At the edge of the world, where the land surrenders to the endless ocean, there lies a quiet village, a place untouched by time. Here, life is simple, but the rules are unyielding. For generations, the villagers have lived by one sacred truth: the sea is not just water, but a realm of spirits, powerful, watchful, and vengeful. To anger the sea is to invite its wrath, and every soul in the village knows this, except one. Jamila, a woman with fire in her heart, was no stranger to questioning the ways of the old. While others obeyed, she dared to wonder. What lay beyond the waves? What truths did the ocean hide? But in her defiance, she would awaken something ancient, and her life, as well as the village's, would never be the same. For in her curiosity, Jamila would uncover a secret not meant for mortal eyes, a secret that would ripple through her world and beyond. On a night when the moonlight danced upon the restless waves, Jamila found herself unable to resist the pull of the forbidden. There, where the village's warnings were strongest, a melody drifted on the wind, soft, haunting, and irresistible. The song seemed to speak to her soul, guiding her to a place where no one dared to tread. It was as if the ocean itself had chosen her for a secret it had long kept hidden. And then, she saw it. A form unlike any she had ever known. A being that seemed to merge with the ocean itself, its body glimmering with scales like molten silver, eyes deep as the abyss, and a presence that stilled the very wind. For a moment, the world stood still. Jamila and the creature, two beings from different realms, shared a connection that neither could fully comprehend. Was it wonder that filled her heart, or fear? But the ocean does not reveal its secrets without cost. The spirit's warning was clear: leave this place. The sea is not meant for your kind. Defy its sacred rules, and the consequences will be beyond your imagining. Yet, in her heart, Jamila felt an unshakable pull, a yearning to uncover what lay beyond the veil of fear and superstition. She turned away from the warning, drawn deeper into the mysteries of the sea. What she did not know was that her choice would awaken forces far greater than she could ever imagine. Months passed, and Jamila began to sense a strange new life growing within her. No one could explain how it happened, not even Jamila herself. But whispers spread through the village like wildfire. Was this child a blessing, or a curse born of the forbidden sea? The village, bound by its superstitions, saw her pregnancy as a punishment. They feared Jamila had angered the spirits and invited their wrath. And so, she became an outcast, shunned by the very people she had once called family. But Jamila's defiance never wavered. She faced the storm of their judgment, just as she would soon face a storm of far greater power. And then, on a night when the heavens raged, Rehema was born. She came into the world as no ordinary child, a being of breathtaking beauty, with shimmering scales that glowed faintly like the moon on water and eyes as deep as the ocean itself. But awe soon turned to horror. The villagers, drawn by the cries of the newborn, gathered at her doorstep. Their gasps and whispers filled the air, calling her a creature of the sea, a child of misfortune, a mermaid. In that moment, Jamila knew her daughter was unlike any other. And while her heart swelled with love, the village saw only an omen of doom, a sign that the delicate balance between their world and the sea had been shattered. As the months passed, Rehema grew, not as other children do, but at a pace that left those who watched her in a state of unease. Her features, still oceanic in their beauty, became more pronounced, her eyes, deep and unblinking, her voice carrying a strange power that seemed to speak to the very sea itself. She could command the creatures of the ocean to dance beneath the waves, and her laughter seemed to ripple through the water like an echo from the depths. The village, once enamored by her, began to fear her strange powers. Though Jamila's love for her daughter never faltered, she could feel the shift in the village. The same people who had once praised her beauty now saw her as a harbinger of misfortune. Fishing seasons grew scarce, crops withered, and strange accidents plagued the village. The village, consumed by fear and superstition, began to lay the blame at Rehema's feet. They whispered that she was the cause of the calamities, a creature from the depths of the sea who had brought misfortune to their shores. One night, the village elder declared that Rehema must be cast back into the sea. He believed this would restore balance, appease the spirits, and rid the village of its suffering. His voice rang with finality, his words echoing through the hushed crowd. But Jamila, ever defiant, refused to give up her daughter. She had raised Rehema as her own, and the bond between them was unbreakable. Her heart, though filled with fear, was full of love and determination. The rift between mother and village grew ever deeper, and Jamila's refusal to obey the elder's command would push the village to the brink of war. It was no longer about the sea's power, but about who held control over its secrets. As the village's fury reached its peak, they stormed Jamila's home. Their voices, once familiar, now filled with venom. The demand was clear: Rehema must be banished, or they would suffer the wrath of the sea. Rehema, frightened and confused by the hostility around her, broke free from her mother's grasp. Her small feet carried her to the shore, where the moonlight bathed her in an ethereal glow. The waves roared to life, rising unnaturally high, as though answering Rehema's silent plea. Her connection to the ocean, forged by her very existence, pulsed through her veins, and with it, the sea began to stir. From the depths of the sea, a colossal spirit emerged, its form both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The ocean itself had answered the call of Rehema's fear, and with it, a force unlike any the village had ever witnessed. The spirit's voice, booming and ancient, filled the air. "You dare defy the ocean's child? Your actions will not go unpunished. The sea will claim what is its own, and no mortal can stand against its wrath." As the spirit's words sank in, chaos erupted. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and the very sky seemed to darken as the sea spirit's power swelled. The villagers, who had once stood united, were now scattered, gripped by fear of the forces they could not understand. Jamila, torn between the love for her daughter and the fear for her people, could only watch as the world around her spiraled into chaos. In that moment, the true cost of defying the seas will become all too clear. The battle between the villagers and the spirits had passed, but the cost was clear. Rehema, caught between two worlds, understood that her place was not among the people who had once called her their own, nor could she fully belong to the ocean that had brought her into being. With quiet resolve, Rehema made the choice that no child should have to make. She turned away from the land that had once been her home and waded into the sea, the waves swallowing her slowly as she vanished beneath the surface. Jamila, heartbroken, felt the sting of loss, yet within her, there was a strange peace. She knew that her daughter would protect the ocean, a guardian of the deep, forever bound to its mysterious rhythms. And as the village stood in silence, the sea began to calm, its waves gentle once more. The chaos had ended, but the villagers were left to confront their own fears, fears born of superstition, of the unknown. The question lingered in the air, unanswered. Was Rehema a curse, a creature born of wrath and fate? Or was she a gift, too precious for this world, destined to guard the mysteries of the deep forever? What do you think? Was Rehema a curse, or a gift too precious for this world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating tales from the depths of African mythology. Until next time, stay curious, and beware the mysteries that lie beneath the waves.